All right. There are lots of things to show in this, our last segment. I said that I got my hollow square die attached. And the thing that's important to show you here is I like to get a nice square cut. And the bigger the extrusion you make, the more difficult it is to manage this on your own. And frankly, the big extrusions, Bailey can go clear out to these edges. I mean, the thing is massive and it's floppy. It's difficult as can be to get it over to your bench without damaging it in some way. So what this is about is trying to come up with some method whereby you can get the extrusion cut and get it over to where it's stable and sitting on your landing zone, and you haven't, finger marked the thing to death. So what I did years ago was come up with a method, firstly, where I could have a straight cutting surface. And you may not see there, I'll insert a still photograph to give you a better look, but I've shown this before in my tips and tricks, and it's in the book, I believe, about tips for using your Bailey. But down here, as you see my hand running, is a piece of angle iron just from the hardware store, ordinary perforated angle iron I attached. I have one on the other side to create rails, along which my cutting wire can run to make a nice straight extrusion by pulling the wire straight to me, or I can go this way too, it doesn't make any difference. As a matter of technique, I typically start from, in the case of an extrusion with angles, I start from a corner and pull across, but you find that out on your own what works best. The other thing I did here though was I set up a table. I have this table right below my extruder so they can all benefit from it. It's leveled up so that when it flips up, it sits level. And what I'm doing today is I'm using the bucket that I was using for cleaning up my die. Cleaned it up, flipped it over, and I have two bamboo cutting boards that were a set of 3 that I found. I think it's a dollar store someplace. Anyway, I'm using 2 of them today, and I have it such that the bigger of the 2 is on the bucket, and the next size down is sitting on top of that, and that's where the extrusion is going to land. So that's what we're going to do right now. So here's the setup. I have a landing zone cleared away right here. I have my bucket affair on my leveled up table that I can flip out of the way when I don't need it. I have my hollow square die with my filler block installed. I have some freshly re-wedged clay. I have my plunger plate assembly installed, ready to go. And here we go. So let's see what happens with this thing. I hope I have enough clay. I had enough for the other one, but this requires more clay. We're going to start the extruding. You may not see that the way I have the camera set up, but trust me, you know what I'm doing by this point. And we'll see if we have enough clay. It's going to be embarrassing if I don't have enough clay to reach all the way down to this, but I'll come up with some sort of contingency plan. Here comes the extrusion. Boy, oh boy, it's a moment of tension and embarrassment if I don't have enough, but like I said, I'll improvise, I don't care. The main thing is that you see what I'm up to. It doesn't look like I'm going to have enough clay to do what I want. So we're going to extract this. What do you do in that case? This is kind of good to show. What do? You can't make your extrusion. You're short on clay. What do? Get this thing out of there. Get your plunger plate up and get ready to introduce some more clay. So I may edit this out and come back, but suffice it to say what I'm going to have to do is, you saw I started extruding. I got all the way done. I still didn't get my extrusion to come out. So I'm going to have to put more clay in the barrel. But this is the sort of thing that you face too as you're working along and you're running short of clay. What do? Well, keep all this assembly going. You're going to add clay right on top. So that's what I'll do. I'll be right back.